Hey friends, so this book is called The 12 Dancing Princesses. This again is another little classic, and this is our title page. We don't have an author or an illustrator. So we're going to get started with the story. Once upon a time in a faraway kingdom there lived a king who had 12 beautiful daughters. The king loved his daughters very much and was very protective of them, and so he made his daughters all sleep in one room, with a door that locked from the outside. Curiously, every morning, the shoes of the 12 princesses were always well worn, as if they had been danced all night. But every night, the king saw that no one left or entered the room. Utterly stumped, the king let it be known across the land that whoever could solve the mystery of the worn shoes could marry the princess of his choosing. A prince arrived to the castle, and he was taken out to the chamber next to the princess, where he could watch and listen. But the prince fell asleep, and when he awoke, he could not explain where the princesses had gone, or how their shoes had become so worn. After this prince came another, and then a nobleman. They both quickly fell asleep, and the princess's shoes were even more worn than ever the next day. The king became frustrated and banished them all. Meanwhile, a poor soldier heard about the mystery of the worn shoes and the reward of marrying a princess. The soldier was brave and cunning and liked to solve puzzles, so he set off toward the castle, determined to solve the mystery himself. While walking through the woods, the soldier suddenly heard a cry for help. He ran toward the sound and saw an old woman crying out for help in a river. The current was very quick, and she would soon be swept away. The soldier grabbed a branch and held it out to the woman. "Grab hold," she called, and with this quick thinking and strength, she was saved. Together they built a fire, and the soldier gave the old woman his cloak to warm up. They began to talk, and the soldier confessed that he was going to the castle to solve the puzzle of the 12 princesses and their worn-out shoes. "If you are going to uncover their secret, you will need some help," said the old woman. The old woman was really a sorceress. She pulled the soldier's cloak over her head and whispered some mysterious words. It was now a magical cloak that made the wearer invisible. "How can I ever thank you?" asked the soldier, admiring the cloak. "Your kindness and bravery saved my life. I am repaying the favor," replied the sorceress. "But be warned, do not drink anything the princesses offer you, for it will surely put you to sleep." The next morning, the soldier and sorceress parted ways. They wished each other well, and the soldier set off to the castle. He ran through the forest as fast as he could, so he would be sure to arrive before the princesses went to bed. The soldier received a royal welcome at the castle. Just like the prince and the nobleman before him, the soldier was told to spend the night in the room next to the bedchamber of the 12 precious princesses. As the soldier looked around, the eldest of the 12 princesses entered the room. "Welcome," said the princess. "Please have a glass of wine." The soldier remembered the sorceress's warning and poured the wine into a plant as the princess left. He then lay down and began snoring loudly. When the princesses heard the snoring, they all jumped out of bed and began to change into their prettiest gowns and jewels. But the youngest princess was unsure and told her sister that she was worried. "Don't worry, my sleeping potion has put many men to sleep." Seeing that her sister was still worried, the two princesses went to the room next door. The soldier appeared to be fast asleep, with the empty wineglass nearby. It's too bad. He'll be banished in the morning," thought the eldest princess. "He looks quite charming." Reassured, the two princesses returned to their room. The soldier silently put on the magic cloak and tiptoed out behind them. Inside the princess's bedchamber, the carpet in the center of the room had been rolled up. The eldest princess stood above it and clapped her hands 3 times. Clap, clap, clap. Then she tapped her foot 3 times. Tap, tap, tap. On the 3rd tap of her foot, a door opened, revealing a hidden staircase. The eldest princess went down the stairs first, followed by her 11 sisters. The soldiers rushed behind them and accidentally stepped on the young princess's dress. "There's someone here! Someone just stepped on my dress!" cried the youngest. "Your dress must have gotten snagged on a nail. There's no one here," replied the eldest. At the bottom of the stairs, the princess and the soldier stepped onto a grove of sparkling trees with beautiful leaves. The soldier knew he would need proof and snapped off a branch. "Did you hear that?" called the youngest princess. "Don't worry, one of us must have stepped on a twig." The soldier followed the skipping and twirling princesses, and soon they were in a new grove of trees. Over the hill, the leaves of the other trees shone like sparkling diamonds. The soldier took a branch from each kind of tree. When the youngest princess heard the snapping of branches, her elder sister reassured her. The eldest princess was sure that her younger sister was scared and only imagining things. 12 princesses arrived at a lake. There were 12 boats, where 12 princes were waiting for them. The soldier carefully stepped into the last boat and joined the youngest princess and prince. I must be tired tonight, said the young prince. We're going slower than the others, and the boat seems heavier than usual. The boats arrived at the shore of a great castle. The soldier followed the princesses to a beautiful ballroom. The princesses began to dance. They waltzed and leaped and swayed and twirled. And with all their dancing, their shoes began to wear out. The soldier had solved the mystery of the shoes. When they grew tired from dancing, they drank from shining gold cups. The soldier took one of the gold cups as more proof of where they had been. As dawn approached, the princesses left the way they came, and the soldier followed them back. He slipped into the other room and pretended to be asleep. Before long, he heard the sound of voices. You see, said the eldest princess, he's still sound and sleep. Our secret is safe. Later that morning, the soldier was called before the king. Do you know why my daughter's shoes are torn to pieces every morning? The soldier told the story of the trap door, the magical forest, the golden cups, and the dancing in the ballroom. He offered the gleaming twigs and the golden cup as proof. The princesses were very surprised, but they couldn't deny the truth. The king was so relieved to have solved the mystery that he wasn't mad at his daughters for sneaking away. The king then asked the soldier which princess he would like to make. Your Majesty, the princesses are all beautiful, but the eldest is also clever, adventurous, and kind, said the soldier. The eldest princess was delighted, and they were soon married. At their wedding, they had a grand ball all night, where they danced until their shoes wore out.